Show me the hate.
Grr. That was my best attempt.
Oh my
I
god.
tried really hard.
Our brother's watching Scream, and I can hear that shit like it's in the room.
Oh, have you ever seen Scream?
First one.
That's the only one that really matters. That's the best one.
Yeah, they got.
I mean, they all matter
Scary
in an
movies.
absolute sense. But a scary movie's good, but Scream is so good though. Like it's such a subversion of everything that they did. Like they gave meaning to slasher movies. You know, every other slasher
started
movie I've ever
slashing.
seen is not compared. Yeah, well, like Guns N' Roses, but no, the Friday the 13th. Like I never really liked them. Believe it or not, like I never really worried too much about it. But
Friday the 13th. I've seen, I think, the first 2 or 3, and then like Jason Goes to Space or Jason X, and Freddy versus Jason is hilarious now if you watch it.
oh my god, yeah, I mean that exists. That's a whole thing. Oh yeah, Halloween. Yeah, I don't know.
I
Hey,
fucking
they're okay.
love the first Halloween movie. Gave me nightmares so bad, and then I fell in love with it because the rest of them were cheesier.
Yeah, yeah. It's all okay. They're okay to me. I like Scream just because it's creepy and clever at the same time. But I mean, I guess we can appreciate all of them.
Oh, what up, newlyweds? Liam popped into it. I can't see Liam, but hey, buddy.
Yeah, you don't want to see me. You don't want to see my face. I've deliberately put out the camera. You don't want to see me. Hey,
No, we
Catherine and Tony.
Totally, we've seen it.
Yeah.
I did a live stream from YouTube. I couldn't add anyone in. I'm like, there's a handful of people. Maybe people want to come kick it. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just eating dinner and been home from work for like 2 hours.
Nice.
I see you got rid of your beard, Mr. Tony.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, just had to freshen up a bit, sort of thing.
Yeah. So it looks like I am going to win the battle of the beards.
I don't know. I reckon Ace has got you.
Yeah, he probably does. He probably does.
He goes all right.
There was also a believer at one of the conferences who had like a Gandalf beard. I don't know what his name was, but he looked like Gandalf. So there's that.
Oh, right. Oh, definitely. Yeah, lose the mojo when you shave off the beard. That's for sure.
Yeah, you've lost all your wisdom now. It's just all gone.
It's just like Seth said, I'm back in kindergarten, mate. But, yeah.
You look like a baby now.
Yeah. Yeah. Precisely. But, yeah.
So what's Catherine been up to?
All sorts of stuff. Been very busy.
Just looking
with
after
Tony,
me.
looking after Tony, and mostly, and what else? Wedding stuff and organizing for that.
Yeah.
Just been
Have
really
you got the cake yet?
No, not till January.
No.
We've got a great location, but they still haven't gotten back to us. But I won't go into detail.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But yeah, we've got a great location. Got a guy who's going to do the celebrant.
You don't say the other bit.
I always say celebrant.
The celibate?
Celebrant.
You don't want to stay like that. I mean, come on now.
So yeah.
It takes out all the fun, and you don't want that.
Yeah. Just but yeah, that's right, Lev. But yeah, we're busy making plans, and I just think the Lord will just hold off, coming back until the wedding. We're just, and then he's got the green light. I'll give him the green light. I'll go, yeah, you're right.
You know,
now.
I think I would second that, and that's very rare because I usually don't like to delay the snatching away, but you know what? I will gladly
Yeah.
delay it until January just so you guys can get married.
Yeah.
February, actually. We can get snatched away in February.
Yeah.
February, okay.
Yeah.
We can get snatched away on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That'll
Make
be
it very
interesting.
poetic.
Yeah.
Hey, Mac. Yeah,
Hey, Mac.
I haven't seen Mac for a while. We haven't been on Ace in ages, and we haven't done a lot of stuff lately. I haven't done a show for 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah. But
You hear?
Steve,
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, yeah, I'm slowly working through what's the Celestials Essex, God's Celestial Purpose. I still haven't hit 50 pages, but just been just going through it slowly. But
It's a good book.
so good, yeah. So yeah, it is a good book. You've read it, Liam?
Oh yeah, I've read it a year ago, and he breaks down the book into different chapters where it's not long enough that you would have to spend an entire night there. So it's like he breaks down his book into different chapters. They're about like sermons, so you can just read it from chapter to chapter. So you don't have to read the whole thing, you know, in one go, which is very handy.
I can't do that.
We've got
I'm
Sean.
just plowing through it, just slowly.
Sean in the side chat from Victoria, Australia. He says February wedding. No, we're getting married on the 18th of January.
Yeah.
Yes, and you need to tell me what kind of cake that you guys are going to buy, because that's the only thing that I'm interested in. Is just what kind of cake you guys are going to get.
Or pistachio.
Cheesecake.
Pistachio?
Maybe pistachio.
Yeah. Sort of. What else can we tell you?
I hope you guys get snatched away while you're kissing.
Or at the wedding.
Yeah, it's just hope though. Whatever that is.
Funny.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty out there, especially this late in my innings. I'm not. I feel.
Innings.
You know. Yeah. It's been.
I'm 47,
so
so
long for me.
You know.
Yeah, but anyway.
But anyways,
it's all good. Yeah, looking forward to it, and we're going to have a barbecue instead of.
For the engagement part of it.
Anyway, yeah, we'll get. It's gonna be good. Yeah, you know, and yeah, really looking forward to it. But Kat's just been going go, and as you said, we were going to go to Japan, but that just all fell in a big heap.
But
I fell in a big heap.
Lost interest.
I did. I fell in a big heap.
We lost interest in it. Anyway,
but we were lucky to get our a refund on the tickets. And so that just pour that all into the wedding sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that'll just, take care of it.
So,
which is good. But yeah, we'll just have to wait till the Celestials to see the movie, man, of what's been going on. I'm serious, man. But we've been catching buses around town and just looking up in the clouds yesterday. I just imagine being up there behind the clouds, and I just sort of thought, would we all be together? And I thought, no, probably, maybe not. We, I could be here. Kat could be a mile over there. Seth could be thousands of miles over there. Liam's above Scotland, but we just all know
above Scotland. I thought he was in Scotland.
We could just all be encircling the globe almost. I just had this picture of just this morning actually too. I was just thinking about it, but who knows? It's just who knows? It's going to be next level, and
it's going to be an interesting next year for the both of you.
Interesting.
And it's going to be a start of a new beginning.
Precisely.
That's
cute. Like I don't want to go into too much detail, but we're two peas in a pod, I've said to others, we're both 2020 models. We both came in 2020, and you know, it's just feel like we're on the same page. We're located together now, and it's just it's just His grace. I'm a recipient of His grace. That's all I am, as Ace says, and just so blessed by everyone in them. Yeah, by everything at the moment. It's really good. Yeah.
It's interesting to see you guys a few years ago. If you were to time travel back in time and talk to yourself from a few years ago, and then you just say, "Hey, I was going. Well, this was going to happen." You probably wouldn't believe it.
No, you're right.
Because probably this time last year we were both saying
This time last year, yeah.
This time last year we were saying, we don't want to get married.
These
Look at us now.
These are all our jokes that for the wedding, but you guys won't be there. But you know, basically, yeah, the first thing Kat said was, well, not the first thing, but she says, I don't really,
The first
don't
thing
really
she
want
said.
don't want to get married. Just stay away from me, boy. Just look. What are you looking at?
I like you, but not that much.
Yeah. And
Dear.
and I recall she said, "Yeah, I don't want to get married." And I said, "I'm too young to be married. I'm only 58." And she, but that's all changed now. I'm 59.
So he's old enough to get married now.
I've been through kindergarten, and yeah, well, that joke didn't go well. But yeah, it's been amazing. And Kat's the first person in the BOC I met, and her dad.
And he loves my dad.
Yeah, he's great. He's good. He's
That's
fantastic.
good then.
He's fantastic.
You've got a good relation with your soon-to-be father-in-law.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we kind of figure we kind of are, sort of.
Yeah.
You know. Well, I don't want to give it all away.
I'm gonna have a father-in-law too. Oh no.
Yeah.
You've got a father-in-law, yeah.
I'm going to have.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
You do.
You're going to have to buy him a gift.
His dad.
Yeah, of course.
Nah, he wouldn't be up for that. My old man. Yeah. He'd say, save your money. He would. But yeah, no, look, we hope he comes down for the wedding. It'd be a big thing.
He's 81.
He's 80. And he's kind of, but I think we might be able to get him down.
We might be able to get him down. It's like you're trying to force him down with something.
Yeah, look. Yeah, Dad's the sort of guy. I don't want to give away too much, but you know, weddings, parties, he's not bothered by much of that stuff. Sort of thing. You know, and
my dad can't actually get up because of his health, so it's just my mum who's coming.
Yeah. That
kind of sucks a bit. It is what it
but
is.
We'll get some photos and we'll post them on the socials.
Of course, yeah.
In the last week, I've just given up. I've given up X and Twitter.
Yeah.
And it's just punch in the air. Just too much information. I just don't need all that stuff in my life anymore. I just been on it for so long. Like
we know we're live, right?
Yeah, we are. But I've just had to walk away from it. You know, I need to start to do things like reading books, you know, and just get off some of this stuff.
That's definitely more wise.
Yeah. Oh, look. Yeah. Especially. Yeah. I can. Yeah. For sure. Definitely. But whatever. That's what I say too. Whatever.
Yeah.
But,
I've been trying to do the same thing because I spend way too much time on the internet.
Yeah.
It's not good for you.
You're very creative, Liam. You've got a great creative streak, you know, the way you can just do your videos and just encapsulate all this stuff that's going on in the world and stuff, and just encapsulate the whole thing. It's just amazing.
You've got the
thank you.
Good. It's really good. And but man, hey, I was going to say, Seth, I had this. Is Steve there? I can't hear Steve. I had a killer idea. I'm going to run it by my old graphics design teacher. Had a killer idea for surf company, skateboard company, I don't know, t-shirt company, brand. I had a great brand idea, and I'm so up for it. But I want to go into partnership with these two other guys that used to teach me design, and but I haven't told them yet. But I'm gonna. But yeah, if it comes of anything, I don't want to spend my time doing that. I just I want to sort of handball it over to them, and I just had a great brand idea, and it just came to me the other day. It's very fruity. It's very wrong.
I was going to ask, what can you tell?
I can't say anything about that. I'm going to go and run it by these guys and see what they think. See if I'm just punching the air sort of thing. But the thing is, yeah, I'd give it to them and I'd just say, let's go thirds and let's see if we can get this thing up and running.
All right.
And
I have to cross out Krush's business plan of Steel Tony's idea. Okay.
What's that?
I said I had to cross out my next Krush business plan, which is Steel Tony's idea.
I'll tell you in the side chat or something. I'll tell you at some stage. But I'll run it by these guys first and see what they think, because they're pretty good. They're probably the best teachers I've ever. Oh, apart from Zender.
Graphics teachers.
Yeah. They're two guys. They're both metalheads too.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I better stop spilling the beans.
Spill those beans.
Spill the beans.
Only fill with those beans.
Yeah.
Baked beans? You don't want them.
But
They do all sorts of things to you.
yeah,
Great source of protein.
really good guys. I'm prepared to cut them in. I say, come on, we get this thing going. We all get houses in Byron Bay. And, yeah,
I don't want to get there.
It's the next
Seriously,
big thing, man.
it's seriously not going to happen.
You might.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You might become a billionaire.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, you got Billabong and you got all those other sort of, surf brands and things like that. And labels, the world's just full of these brands. And I just saw this one. It's a bit cheeky. But
that's you all over, isn't it?
I suppose.
Cheeky.
But we'll see how we go with it. See. All right.
Anyways,
Yeah,
nothing better.
don't spill the beans, because as soon as you spill those beans, someone's going to come up and take the beans and make it their own beans.
Yes. Oh, they can have it.
And then you'll be beanless.
Really. Just someone running out the front of my yard. Just looking out the door.
I already have it all figured out. Don't worry.
Is Stephen there?
Yeah, he's somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh,
Y'all are gonna have 3 dads, bro.
Poor Tony. Yeah, that's right, Sean. I wonder about the position up there. But yeah, man.
one day we'll have to go and see Sean. Just saying. 'Cause
You
he's
were
not.
planning to see Sean a
love to
long
go
time
see-
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got something and it didn't
I'll be
happen.
back.
Sean's
Before
one of
I
the first brothers I ever met.
Really?
Wow.
That's amazing.
On Zender's channel, but met. Yeah, like ever conversed with.
Okay.
That dude has encouraged me in ways I can't even put into words.
He's from New
He went-
Queensland, right? New Queensland. That's where he's from, right?
Who? Sean?
Yeah, Sean.
Victoria, where
Oh,
I used
Did you go to the Iowa conference? Or was that someone else from Britain?
No, he's from Australia.
Sean's
Oh.
from
Oh,
Victoria.
I'm way off.
No, he's not been to a conference.
Hmm.
It would be far too expensive for him to go to America.
I mean, England
Far
calling
too
it.
expensive for anyone to go to America right now.
It's too expensive to go to a damn conference.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the Des Moines one ages ago, and that didn't happen.
Yeah, we got some internationals.
And then both Tony and I wanted to go to the Kansas City one at one point.
So yeah, click the heels.
When's the next conference gonna take place?
Yeah.
Because I heard it was gonna be in Texas.
I think Texas would be sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, Texas would be nice. We don't have money. I mean,
You don't
maybe
you don't
Richard's
need
got
money for a
or something,
conference.
but- yeah, but we'd want to host as large a crew as we can, right? We'd want to like maybe see if we could rent out a space for the weekend, but it just isn't very practical, at least for us, like where we're at, because we're not near any airport or anything. So we'd have to. I mean, you'd have to have people fly out there, and then we'd have to find a way for them, or they would have to rent a car to come out to where A&M is, and it's just not practical. It's like hour and a half, maybe 2 hour drive after you land, and it's just a lot to ask.
Where's the airport?
Like the closest one's in Houston, and that's nearly 2 hours.
Just have it in Houston.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, but they've got a problem, so you can't have it in Houston.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean that was something that Richard had
Sorry.
talked about.
Camp out in
No.
Houston. That's what I would say. I was talking to Dan. I just visited Dan Autry down in Missouri, and he went to the Des Moines conference, and he's like, he's down with my idea of like, let's go camping. Let's chill out around a fire and get to know each other rather than like, I'm gonna stay up and teach now. Like that's fine. I don't mind it, but like, I put people to sleep when I stand up there and start talking. It'd be cool to like
Yeah,
chill around a
well-
fire, cook food together and just go fishing or whatever.
I mean, it'd be fun. I mean, we really do have like sometimes 6-7 people in College Station alone. I had an open invitation to anyone in Texas. Simon's up in Dallas, Richard's
I'm in
by
Texas.
Houston, and yeah, Justin, you can come on down, and Clint is there. I mean, we're all by A&M. Like
Everyone's in Texas, literally.
I'm
Yeah,
in
we're not-
Texas.
Yeah, well, Cat's in Australia, right?
everyone's in Texas.
Australia, Texas.
Australia is pretty much Texas, though, right?
It's practically in the backyard of Texas. It might
Yeah,
as
just
well.
take away all the guns and the freedom, and then yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The
Also
concordant got it
ocean,
wrong.
you know.
I have a revised concordant version as of
wait, let me see it.
as of 2 seconds ago that says that anywhere it says Earth, it actually is Texas. So
Wait, let me see it.
Oh yeah.
Show the screen. What do you mean revise? What's that?
yeah, it's
Looks like the
revised.
Same thing.
Yeah, but everywhere it says Earth, it says it's actually Texas. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
everything's bigger in Texas, and what?
I thought you were saying like
Down,
the
down.
older concordant versions, like
No, it's code word for I'm fucking with you, Justin.
prove it.
Well, if you see here,
Well, actually, that one. I know I'm joking. I was gonna make a
I
joke.
like
but
the new
blue
Rick
version.
James.
The blue version's the different version, right?
you have a white one or a blue one?
I got a ton of white ones because I
Ton of
just
white
bought
ones.
a ton.
You're a
So
white supremacist.
I'm set. Well, no, it's more like if you're gonna
Texas.
if you're gonna like stock up on Bibles, because I like stocking up for if I ever need a Bible for someone, I have them.
For when
And if you're gonna stock up on Bibles, you don't buy the blue one because it's like double the price.
I didn't have to buy
They
this.
did say don't judge a book by its cover, right?
Who
How do I
said
know the blue one's the same thing?
Hey, what edition is that, Seth?
It's the blue version.
the 69 420th edition?
I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
it's 85 or something. It's
which is rich.
It's got a tear in it. I got two of them. I didn't know I had two. 1983.
Something like that.
The third printing. 6th edition, third printing.
Let me see.
It says that
Where have
on
you
one of
seen
the
that? I'm not
one
even
of
seeing it
one
now.
of the front pages
Oh, where is it?
before the table of contents. It says New Testament,
Oh, I see.
1926 first edition, 1927 second
Oh, I
edition,
see it. Yeah.
1931 third edition, 1944 fourth edition,
Third printing.
1966 fifth edition, 76 sixth edition, 1978 second printing of the sixth edition, 1983 third printing of the sixth edition.
I was told I'm a false teacher, and
What's up with that?
I'm a false teacher now because I'm pointing out that the old seminary I went to in like 2020 or 2019, I pointed out that Christ died means that Christ died, and I'm a false teacher now because of that.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah.
I made a video reading 1 Corinthians 15, and I titled it "Proof Well All in All is the Gospel" and tagged them. And I said, okay, I'm gonna start off by reading a little of this chapter, and then I'm going to interpret it after. And I read it, right, and then I said, I played a clip. Okay, I'm going to interpret it now. And then I put I replayed the exact same video, but I put like it in like a retro, like made it look like it was like in the past, like the retro filter.
Mhm.
Like the brown filter or whatever, and I just played the same video. It's just me reading the chapter.
God is the savior of all mankind. Now let's talk about what we've learned.
Yeah, let's
That's
give
fucking
you the
genius.
interpretation of that. God is the savior of all mankind. Like, it's so true.
Mhm.
Justin, I
so
just now picked up on what you were saying. Thank
Yeah.
you. You
Yeah.
just that's
Repeated himself. That's
God
beautiful.
level trolling. It's like you didn't hear me the first time. Let me say
Right.
it
So I'll
second
just
time.
play this. And the funny thing is, I didn't even. Right, and I made sure I just used the edit button so that they could hear the exact same video over again, but with a retro filter.
That's great. That is great. I didn't catch on to that until like 10 seconds after you said
Right.
that.
It is God's power into salvation. What does that mean? Well, it means that it's God's power
Yeah.
into salvation.
But give me the interpretation.
God, power, salvation.
What did that mean in the streets of Memphis, Tennessee in 1973?
Right. Yeah, tell me about that.
While I had a feather in my hat and a missing left sock, but a shirt
Right.
that covered. What did it mean?
Tony Nungesser gave me a good example. He said, two philosophers were walking down the street and they passed each other, and he said, "Nice day we're having." And the other one said, "Nice day we're having, yes." And they as they walked away, they both questioned within himself, what did that guy mean by what he said?
Well, it is a complex question. Nice. Wait, you don't ask Jordan
But
Peterson.
you know what's
anything,
so
though.
funny also about it though is that they said the same thing and they're both asking the same question. Like, I just realized that now that I think about it. I didn't even think about that until just now.
What do you mean by what?
To think or not to think. I like that. That's
What do you mean by nice?
Right. Even it because people seem to think when God says it that he has like some kind of mysterious, it must be a mysterious meaning. Like, oh, nice day we're having. Oh, so mysterious.
How many times has
Everything
God
is-
been called mysterious? Like, God is mysterious. It's like, damn, and his
That's
way
true
is mysterious.
humanity.
So it just like ingrains itself.
All right.
You look for quote unquote spiritual meaning, but it's like, what if God was just saying, the car ran out of gas? What does that mean? What does it mean? No, the car has no more fuel in it. What does that mean? It's not
What is
gonna
a car?
call
What kind of car?
cargo no mo.
I remember I
What
was
is Mo?
when I was a Christian, I was reading where Lazarus, it took him 4 days before Jesus resurrected. Something like that. I don't know exactly what it was. Something around
Days stands for years,
I was
though.
trying to figure out what is the real meaning behind that. And I texted my friend, "What's the real meaning? Why is it 4 days?" Oh my God, I must have like lost my marbles.
It's a
4
goddamn journey. You had to walk.
Right.
I think if
But I was
you
like, what's the interpretation of 4 days?
I mean,
Yeah.
like, don't get me wrong. Like, sure, in a study sense, there's a thematic reason that it might be 4, but it's not like some secret color coded reason. You just, like, as Knox pointed out a bunch of times, just do a word study, and you've got yourself a great theme as to the number 4 or number 5. Like, why do they think number 5 is the number of grace? Well, because practically every time you see 5, it's in relation to grace in some way. There's no secret code to it. There's not like a hyper obscure knowledge of the top 1%. It just, you look at it a few times and you draw a conclusion.
Yeah, but why? Tell me what you really meant by that.
Oh, well, grace is actually a secret code for you will burn alive eternally.
Oh,
That's like
weird.
it's like getting pulled over by the cops. Let's say you
Right.
failed a signal, and they're like, "Hey,
License
you
and
failed a
registration.
signal back there." You're like, "What do you mean by that? Like
Right. What's the
you
interpretation?
didn't turn your signal on. What do you? What's the deeper meaning?"
I need a lawyer to understand you.
You're like the blinker thing. That thing, it wasn't on, and you turned. You were
What do you mean
doing stuff.
by blink? How long does something have to appear on my car for it to blink, as you say?
You just ran over that woman back there. What is a woman?
That was a bad point.
Define a
is-
woman.
Right.
Cop has a nervous breakdown.
At the South Park. Have you seen that clip on South Park where Clyde or whatever? I don't fucking remember. It's funny as shit though.
That sounds awesome.
What is a man?
Right. Look at this video.
What are these super Christians hiding from you? They are hiding the evangel of
wait,
your
this wasn't the right
salvation,
one.
by which you must believe if you are going to be Christ at his coming. They are hiding my channel from you because they do not believe the evangel.
This one.
And they're being exposed as the ruse they are. Super Christianity is reigning over
You can play the other
the
one.
scriptures, getting you to
Caller here.
I wanted to ask what you that Christ.
So this is the guy that this one of the seminary teachers I had, and I called in here on his live show.
We've got a
I
new
thought this
caller
was
here.
brilliant.
I wanted to.
Huh?
The wording you used, you were so just direct, and he had no response.
Right, because he's never heard it. He's like, think about it. I'd never seen all in all or any of the verses we talk about until Ace showed them to me, and I was a Christian all for full time. What I mean by full time is like that's all I thought about for a decade, and like suddenly these verses just appeared in my Bible. So I'm sure he wasn't even like trying to avoid the all in all verse. I think he didn't know it was even there.
Yeah.
Because I didn't.
We've got a new caller here.
I wanted to ask what you that Christ died for our sins, right?
By the way, I edited it for a short here.
Yes.
So, if Christ died for our sins, would it be fair to say that he was dead?
Would
As
it be
in, like Ecclesiastes 9, right? Like Ecclesiastes.
Okay, let me look at his face again there. Did he seem a little bit confused?
If Christ died for our sins, would it be fair to say that he was dead?
would
As
it be
in, like Ecclesiastes 9, right? Like Ecclesiastes 9 says that the dead are they don't know anything. That
well, no, the Bible tells us in a
Now I play this thing on the screen. It says, with a provided ellipsis to what he was answering no to. Well, no, Christ did not die. The Bible tells us, followed by a reason he's justified for not denying that Jesus actually died for his sins.
Ephesians 4, he descended into the heart of the earth and led captivity captive. He experienced death for every man.
Every man, will it therefore affect every man? Like 1 Corinthians 15, Romans 3, Romans 5, Ephesians 1, and Colossians 1 are numerous other passages that tell us that this is Paul's evangel and da-da-da-da-da.
He went down.
I think that's out of context, but what I'm asking.
See how he's like trying to trap me into like he probably doesn't even know what he's doing, right? But like it's almost like he's like trying to distract, right? Like listen to it, listen closely. Listen.
He descended into the heart of the earth and led captivity captive.
This is what Christians are good. They're politicians, see? Like instead he doesn't say the words "No, Christ didn't die." He says "No" and keeps the ellipsis a little shady, right?
Yeah, Christ died, but in my way.
Right. Not according to the scriptures. But see,
Oh damn.
You see what I was saying is like he's not willing to say, well, no, Christ didn't die. He keeps the ellipsis a mystery, right? Even though the ellipsis is implied. But he's not willing to say the words, well, no, Christ didn't die, because he knows it's going to sound bad, even though that's exactly what he's saying and teaching.
He experienced death for every man. He went down.
I think that's out of context. But what I'm asking is, was he dead? Like, was he dead? As in, like, according to the scriptures, right? Because the scriptures
died.
say that the dead go down to silence, right? And then all the Christians are telling me that only his body died, but that he didn't die.
You talking about
The subject
spiritual
is
death?
Christ, right?
You talking about spiritual death?
Death,
I don't know.
which is
I'm
not really
saying,
death.
did Christ, the subject, actually die?
He died on the cross to pay for our sins. Yes.
Does that look like a happy camper?
It sounds like he wants you to shut up.
Right. I mean,
It's
literally,
like, where did this smart guy come from? Get out of here. This is
someone in
like-
the comment section that doesn't even, or that's one of his people, asked him in the comment section. I didn't ask him to type that, but he asked him why, and he put it the timestamp of the person, which was me. Why did you hang up on that guy so quickly? Because all the other people had like 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's always that
what about-
spiritual death crap, man. Because they can't even understand what spiritual. Like, you can't even understand death in a figurative sense if you're not understanding death literally for what it is. Like, these guys twist everything into something it's not.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. And even like Satan's first words, right? They've changed it to "you shall surely die," and that's their justification for it. And it doesn't even make any sense, because it says right there that he died 900 or 200 years later, depending on the Hebrew or LXX, right? But what the hell, like, where does the spiritual death thing come in? It's just mythology, obviously, but I'm glad I got in the last words here. Look,
What about, made alive? Even as in Adam all are dying, thus also in Christ shall all be, made alive. Is that important too? Because it says the first fruit Christ was made alive, right? It's ellipsis. Then Christ at his presence, and then it tells us when all of humanity will be made alive, and it shows that it's a time subsequent to the book of Revelation. So shouldn't we believe that God becoming all in all is part of the gospel?
I think the sufficient belief for the gospel is exactly there in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verses 3 through 4 or 5. Delivered unto you, first of all, that which I also received, how that Christ died for our sins according
but if you believe Christ actually died, you're going to hell.
to the scriptures, and that he was buried, and then he rose again the third day according to the scriptures. And that does immediately give the person who believes life. The life specifically is eternal life. So I appreciate you calling, Justin, and hopefully that was a sufficient answer for you. 813-565-3771. We are about 5.
Isn't that this, man? They know they can't answer that question. That's why I love that question so much. Because it's so simple, but it exposes their whole ruse. Christ died. Now let's look at the subject. Does it say Christ's body died any more than it says Christ's mother died for your sins? See, it doesn't say what they want it to say. So maybe if they'd start preaching according to what they're saying, maybe they'd start realizing they're liars. But instead, they just say what they don't believe, right? They say the words Christ died, but they don't mean what they say. That's the issue. Wait, how is there? two Seth Fallencams. What's going on here?
Well, he cloned himself. That's the obvious response.
Yeah, I'm a false teacher. I believe Christ died.
Good. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, if you haven't been called a heretic yet, you're not doing it right.
By the way, Liam,
Have,
make sure
have
you
you
have all
been
your.
called the Antichrist yet?
We are Christ, baby. Have you been called the Antichrist? I don't know. I don't think I. Maybe I have. I just
Very Antichrist.
Yes. Have you been called the Antichrist?
I don't know if I've been called the very Antichrist in regards to like, if by that you mean people are saying you are the one.
Yes.
Yeah, the man of sin.
Because I can tell you from experience that there's quite a lot of Christians in the past who have called me the Antichrist.
Oh wow.
That's an honor.
Yeah.
An honor has bestowed you. I'm
So
gonna.
just wait for the accusations of being the Antichrist, because that one's I don't even know how to respond to it. I mean, that's
Right.
Oh, here if I can. I don't know if I can share, mainly because my shit gets fucked up all the time. I commented on some guy's YouTube video. He didn't have a lot of followers or views, but he was a Christian. And my first comment was Christ died. And I got told many comments that don't agree with that. I wonder if I can pull that up. Share screen.
You know, and it is funny when we really think about the fact that the word Christ has a meaning too, which is not the word God. It's you know, the idea that he's anointed. Which how can he be anointed if he's God? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pull
How
that
can
up.
God be anointed? Anointed
Yeah.
by who? Who's God?
God, anointed God with God.
I read that
Right.
in Hebrews. I was reading Hebrews earlier, just the first chapter.
Yeah, verse 9. It says he was Christ by his God.
One. Yeah, and Hebrews is God. Hebrews just smacks you after you're like realizing that Christ is the one through whom grace is appointed. You're just like, okay, God's happy with his kid, and then he's happy with me because of his kid. Let me know more about this dude. It says 1:9. Thou lovest righteousness and hates injustice. Therefore thou art anointed by God, thy God, with the oil of exaltation beyond thy partners. And that part of I pointed this out earlier. My dad pointed this out to me. Partners. He could be speaking of, the highest forms of God that there are at that time. Like it's
Metaphor.
it talks about the messengers and how he's given a place so much higher than them. It's like that just melts my brain. One, to think that there's even a hierarchy of messengers, and then he's above all of them. Let me find that part.
Right, but are you aware that the word anointed there is the word Christ?
Yeah.
Like that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Christ, and they can't even. So it doesn't. They can't even get past that word. They think it's like some kind of last name or something. His last name is Christ. Like
it's Jeffrey Christ.
Yeah.
Did you know that those verses that you just read in Hebrews, they're actually quoting, or the writer of Hebrews is quoting them from the Psalms?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it. They use a lot of thys and those.
Yeah. I don't know what psalm it is specifically, but it comes
like
from the Old Testament.
I don't know why I think it's 87. Look it up. If I don't even know why. It's like one of those things where it's like subconscious, and I feel like it's 87, but I don't know why I feel like it is. I'm probably wrong because there's 150 of them.
Hebrews and Psalms.
Let's see.
So, I'm probably not going to be the best to find this.
If I actually got it right, that's subconscious weird stuff.
That's baller. That's Steven level baller shit.
Is it?
Yeah, that guy's got a picture perfect memory. I'll be talking out loud, and he's like, "Oh, that's over here in this," and I'm like, "What?" Like, yeah, that's over here. Like, you can find it in
I heard
such
my
and
name.
such. Yeah, dude, you just remember where things are.
Anointed by.
Well, tell that to Amris because I always forget where literally everything in the house is.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that at home.
Nope. It is 45. It says, let's see here.
God
That's a
is
really
teaching.
good question. That's a really good question, Sven.
Thy throne, O God, is for the eon of the eon. A scepter of righteousness is a scepter of. I'm reading out of some weird ass translate. Oh, it's the King James. No wonder it sounds weird. Of course, I changed the word forever and ever because that's never right.
Forever and ever.
Ever and ever and ever and ever. And ever and ever. And by the way, everlasting life. But they aren't. See, that's part of the lie, too, when you think about it. That, everlasting life, isn't that, like, part of the reason they don't believe Christ died? Because, like, it's everlasting and you have it now? Like, and that's probably why they're saying the words go to heaven when you die. Because it's everlasting. Like, it's not about the next eons. It's everlasting. You have it now. It's everlasting.
Yeah, if the death...
the resurrection.
If you're supposed to die, like, let's say Grandma Janice dies or whatever, and all of a sudden it's like, well, she's not dead. She's with God. It's like,
Right,
God is life, and if she's dead, then she's not with God because God is life.
No man has ascended to heaven except everyone who had everlasting life that came down from heaven or something.
I'd come down.
You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone who never asked everlasting life. Does anyone have any input on the begotten of God thing? I know I was talking about. I'm asking that because Liam's here. What the hell is that all about? It makes no sense.
What's what?
What do you think the whole begotten of God phrase is all about? I know it's not applicable, but a lot of the things that it applies it to just seem really random. Like someone who loves God is begotten of God. Someone who believes Jesus Christ is begotten of God. Like, what is this?
Are you referring to when people will say that Jesus is God because he was begotten by God, right?
No. 1 John, you know how it says a lot of weird things like cannot sin, was begotten of God, and loves God, begotten of God. What is that all about?
I would have to look at the verses.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Justin, are you on your computer?
Yeah.
I can't share my screen. It's being goofy.
Yeah. I am.
I think, yeah.
Oh, wait, I said I am. I must be claiming that I'm God.
I think begotten just is from the word generated or makes.
Yeah, it's connected. It's basically just like one letter different. I think.
God makes him. God. Let me find it. Begotten.
Yeah, that would be a good place.
See, only begotten. Okay.
Oh, it's gonna skip you around like that.
It's gonna toy with me. Only begotten. Only become monogenous.
Now I'm going straight to only begotten because you said to see only begotten.
Yes, I'm not gonna make you do the extra steps if I.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch you struggle. Because I had to struggle. That's something interesting about the body of Christ is you don't. I have not run into someone who's like, I want to make you struggle through this, except just to read it. Like Ace will do that. He'll be like, just read it. I appreciate that about brothers. Like Steven will do that. He'll just show me something and be like, just read it, and then tell me what you think, rather than explain it to me. And after I'm done reading it, I'm usually like, wait, what does it say?
Did you know that? I don't know why I randomly thought of this, but you know how Ace makes you read the essay or whatever. Well, the accusations he has had over that is hilarious.
I love how he gets anyone to read it, whether
I
they love him
How
or hate
dare
him. or
you
don't
make
care.
me read your essay on your own channel?
Yeah, literally.
I like when people say something like, "Oh, I've heard this so many times today," or like, "I'm tired of hearing this."
Right, and then
It's like I've never heard a believer say that. I mean, I've heard him say they don't want to read it, which is fine. I've never heard someone say, "I'm tired of that."
I think one time he made Jill read it like 5 times in a row, and then he doesn't read it anymore.
Not live. He just makes him read it in the back room.
No, he made him read it live like 5 times over or something, and he refuses to read now.
That reminds me of high school when your teacher would just force you to read this paper.
Right.
Just so it sinks inside of your head. Just read it again and maybe it'll make sense.
What's the let me show you something here. This is what you made me think of. I don't know why. I used to say this to my brother, but I'd put my brother's name in to be a jackass because everyone's a jackass at some point in their life. Look at it. Tell me when it's on the screen.
You got a screen up? Which one? The one?
The South Park looking thing.
Okay.
Oh, look at this.
Together as a country and realize that refugees from Syria should be considered in need.
Boo! Boo, Wendy! Boo, Wendy Testaburger, boo!
Refugees from Syria should be considered in need of international protection.
Boo, Wendy, boo! Boo, Wendy.
The vast majority of refugees from Syria are likely to meet refugee
Boo,
status
Wendy
criteria, and
Testaburger,
this should benefit from...
Literally.
Boo, Wendy. Liar.
Instead of booing my opinion, why don't you make a constructive argument?
I'm not booing your opinion, I'm booing your report topic. No one even knows what a refugee is. Boo. Boo, Ben. Boo.
Mr. Garrison, can you do something about this, please? Mr. Garrison?
Oh, sorry, Wendy. Very nicely done. Thank you. Okay, next report, let's have Peter Mullen.
Literally, that's how it goes. It's crazy.
We didn't get banned for that. That's cool.
Yes. What I got banned for? On
No,
YouTube?
we did not get banned for that or taken.
Oh,
that I know of.
I had a bunch of channels banned. Did you know that?
No.
Why did they get banned?
I don't know. I got like 6 channels banned last night.
You have 6 channels?
Well, they're just under different emails to comment.
You know, it could be this. If you post the stuff that, like, if you go into a Christian YouTube page and then you post their content on your YouTube page, they get notified of that because I get
No,
notified.
it wasn't that. I didn't.
It wasn't that?
I was commenting. I was using it to comment under videos.
Were you posting links?
Maybe I don't.
Okay, that's why they banned it, because they think that you're posting links to like hack their account or something. They think that
YouTube links.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what kind of link it is, especially if it's a new account, because they'll just assume that you're just a bot account.
No. One of them wasn't even new, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they've mass reported me because that Bible line they talk to each other in the church, and I don't think that they would mass report you.
The man's trying to keep you down, Justin. Don't let him.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. I mean, all you gotta do is make a new account. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, but that's why I was gonna tell you, make sure you have your videos downloaded, because if they're willing to just take down channels for nothing, that's ridiculous. Stupid.
Hey, if you saw it when it came out, hip. If not, too bad.
I'm a false teacher. I believe Christ died.
What would make you a non-false teacher?
Right. If you believe that only his body died, of course.
Oh, you mean spiritual death?
Yeah. Oh, spiritual death. Yeah.
Dude, like once you're pulled out of it and you hear the same shit that I used to fall for, I'm just like, it's obvious. Like you said earlier, it's like, who put these verses in here that says that God's conciliated? Who did that? Where was I when that happened? It's like, it's fucking been there.
Right. I feel like the Concordant Publishing Concern, what they and like all this is what it's only done is like given me permission to believe God, as someone else said. Like, because before you always had to like, but at least for me, it was always about like not reading it as it says, because I like whenever a subject like Christ, you're allowed to change it to whatever the hell you want as long as the Christian religion approves of your change, like Christ's body or Christ's humanity, right? So like not realizing that, and somehow they don't even realize they're changing the entire subject of the sentence, and they're making it into just something that sounds okay, right? It sounds spiritual. Ooh, spiritual death. Ooh, do you mean spiritual death? Like it sounds so, but now you hear it and it's like, what? Doesn't make any sense. I mean, the reality is like, if you're willing to like, if anyone can believe the Bible, if you change a word here and there, right? Think about it.
From their perspective, it's kind of clear not to believe the Bible, although they don't see it that way because the majority of the population hates the Bible. They don't believe it. So for them, it's easy not to believe the Bible. If the majority of the population one day decided to believe God, then it would be clear and obvious. But because the majority don't, it's obviously not clear.
Obviously not clear. I like that.
Well, there's also just a lot of junk out there, like, and unsound thinking, right? Like, when you come into the Bible with as unsound thinking as everyone else, like I don't know, like it's the same thing when we can just point out Christ died, and suddenly there's already like infinite issues coming up in their head with that phrase, and they don't even know they're coming up. They're because they're so okay with just, oh, it's just talking about blank, and it's just talking about humanity and what, they have all. But whenever you rub and point it out, to, no, look, read it again, and then they get angry. They're angry. Yeah.
So it's been happening for a long time. With smarter men that have came around and built these empires that have been made out of the skulls of their enemies.
Right.
They're not going to believe some random guy on the internet.
Right. Some idiot like me.
Yeah. They're not going to believe Seth or Stephen or me. They're going to believe the millions of Christians who have dedicated their entire lives to building this religion for thousands of years. I mean, how can all of these millions of intelligent, smart men be wrong and this random asshole be right? That's impossible. So from their perspective, I totally get it. I wouldn't, if I was in their perspective, I wouldn't believe you. Because there's no way that you are correct and all of these individuals are wrong. There's just no way.
Dude, I was listening to Zender's video this morning where he was like, if he could make another way that wasn't Christ being crucified and that God could just bring us to the all in all, he's like, I would vote the current God out instantly. Like, if I had a say in a God who kills and then a God who doesn't even have to kill to bring us to the all in all, he's like, I'd pick the guy who doesn't have to kill. And then it made me think about the storyline and how for thousands of years, people who are supposed to be the most knowledgeable on God use the same book, use the same words or phraseology, use the same name of Christ and use this, or the title of Christ and the title of God. And then it's like they're right here with us, and eventually they're going to fall off, and we're just going to be like, well, duh, this is how it's supposed to be. And it's like, then God doesn't forget or lose these people that he had convinced were the truthers. And then it's like, unites us. Dude, God is using, as Liam pointed out, such a small, insignificant group of people. And yeah, you could be told no 1,000 times by people when you say, yeah, Christ died. And then that one person is going to be like, what? Let me think about that. What do you mean he died? Like he didn't live for 3 days? Like, you mean he was not alive? Yeah, he was not alive. He was dead. Didn't exist. Wasn't being placed. And then that person's like, oh, well, God's at peace with me now? Yeah. Cool.
Yep. It's only by God's grace. It really is.
You know, the more you think about it, though, like the word died. Like, have you ever met an animal that gets more confused about that falls for this lie of to die you shall not be dying that isn't a human? Like, why the hell? Why do we think we're so smart and then we can't believe like something that fucking simple? Like, have you ever met like I stood over top. My shadow went over a snail the other day, and I was bending down just to look at it. And because my shadow went over the snail, it hid back into its shell. I could see its eyes like squirming back into its shell really slowly. And it was just noticed that my shadow went over it, so it felt weird, right? Because the sun was on it, and like there's some shadow going over me. See, the snail understands death better than they do. Oh, yeah. I have an immortal soul. Literally, I was walking down the street talking about to die you shall be dying. And there's a video on the most recent short or second most recent, something like that. And a spider lands on me. Just flies out of the damn sky. I don't even know how that happened. It just fucking lands on me on my shirt, and I'm like shit. And bam! I start smacking it with my phone, and apparently it was still recording. So I titled the video "Did the Spider Go to Heaven?" and I tagged some people.
Well, did it? Did it go to heaven?
I don't know. They haven't answered yet.
You got to
That's
wait
an
on other
interesting
people to
question.
answer for you.
That's a really interesting question. If we have an immortal soul, does that mean that the animals have an immortal soul as well? And if not, then why?
They can't get to that thinking. Because, see, the problem with thinking about that makes it, see, what are they going to do? Say that everyone, basically all of humanity is lost except a select few? And then what is the requirement for a alligator to get saved? So, see, they're going to start.
He has to believe the gospel, Justin, or he's going to alligator hell.
See,
which is Florida.
When you really think about it, like, you know that verse where it talks about one flash of beast and 1 Corinthians 15. Man, that we ought to be talking about that more, because that really destroys their whole paradigm. Because, like, think about it, like, they have no answer to any of that, nothing, because they know that they believe basically, like, you know, a few of their buddies are in heaven, and that's that, right? Like, what are they going to do about all the animals and stuff? Because it makes things even more weird, because you have to repent and be baptized, Mr. Alligator. Is that maybe that's why they go under the water?
You have to believe that the alligator Christ died for your sins.
Yeah.
By the way, Sven just asked a really good question too. If God gave men a free will, did he also give the animals a free will?
Monty Burns said that animals don't have a free will and that only we do. Monty Burns said that.
Yeah, that's kind of screwed up.
Yeah. You know what? I posted on Facebook today. I said, this verse about whatever this born of God thing's about, since they love John so much, can they tell me how someone who's unable to sin has a free will? I feel like that's a good question for them. This person, whatever he's talking about, is unable to sin in this born of God state or whatever. And it's like, how does he have a free will, Mr. Christian? Tell me about this. I mean, isn't that just incompatible with a free will? You'd think.
What if you're free to not sin?
No, but by free will, they mean like you can will up whatever the hell you want, I guess. I don't know.
Technically, that's not what they define free will as. When they think of free will, they just think of the ability to make a choice, which is incorrect, because that's the nature of will itself. We all have a will, we all make choices, but to truly have a free will, you would be able to make a choice that's free and independent from cause and effect. So all my choices were free from God. They were free from my biology. They were free from my psychology. They were free from my culture, the way I was raised, my DNA, everything. There was no influence at all that caused me to pick up this bottle of water, or
Right. So how
there
does
was
that?
no cause for me to be attracted to my wife. No reason why I decided to get engaged with her at all. It was just completely random. Nothing influenced it at all. If that's the case, then I have a free will.
Right.
And
Which
that's
is
really important to bring that up to them, because they think that free will is just the ability to make decisions. And if that is the case, then yeah, we do have a free will. But that's not free will. The issue with free will is just the word free. You take out the free and then you just leave will. We all have a will. It's just not free.
right. Yeah, I agree, because that's the exact thing I thought it was while I was a Christian. I thought it was just a choice. And that's why they always answer so confused, right? And part of it's also just they haven't thought about the issue, and that's why they say like, because they have to pin the eternal punishment on someone, right?
Yeah. And them saying that
on their own God.
and them saying that we have a free will because we make the choice to accept Christ is not proof of free will, because the very reason why we chose Christ to begin with is because God gave us faith. So that right there it just completely exposes free will.
Right, and even if they didn't believe that was the case, they're still stuck in a conundrum of, well, why is it we know that God gave us faith, but why is it that someone in a foreign tribe, you see what I'm saying? Like there's still even the numbers. It doesn't make sense to think that someone that's living in Africa, and just has a language that's clicks and clacks is just as likely to accept.
Yeah, how can they choose to accept Christ when they don't know what or who Christ is? Like if some Aztec 1,000 years ago, like how are they supposed to accept Christ? Or better yet, what about all of the billions of individuals who were born before the flood? How are they supposed to accept Christ? That he died for our sins. I mean, that's retarded. It really
Well,
is.
they'll leave it to the word. It's a mystery, like they do with the whole Trinity bullshit.
Or they'll say that they're going to get a second chance because they have an immortal soul, and then they'll see Christ at a great white throne. And if that's the case, then that's unfair because they get to see him face to face, whereas the Aztec, he doesn't.
Right, and not only that, but are they burning in hell while they're at it? Because don't they have an immortal? What the fuck is this whole teaching? It's crazy.
It is very crazy, but it's also very popular, so they think it's logical.
Right, and then they have the coping doctrine of what is it, the whole thing with the age of accountability, because but when you really think about the age of accountability doctrine, right, we're all fucking idiot brain damaged children anyway, so why can't we just build universalism on the age of accountability if you believe in that shit? You know what I mean? Like everyone's stupid and a child when it comes down to it.
Yeah. If I had a son and he grows up to be the age of 10 years old and the age of accountability was real and also hell was real, I would kill him before he reaches the age of 10 so that he's guaranteed to go to heaven.
Maybe that's what the whole Binding of Isaac, that game that makes fun of the it's like a game, I guess, and it makes fun of the Abraham and the Isaac story, and it has this mother, I guess was the storyline, and she wants to kill her child because she heard a message from God or something. Maybe that was because the age of accountability.
If it makes sense. I mean, there's been cases where a crazy person killed their kids because they believed in hell and they thought that they were going to hell when they reached the age of 16 or something.
Oh,
so
I'm
in
sure.
their mind, it makes a lot of sense.
I'm sure. I mean, if they really believe what they're saying, that would be the not only logical conclusion of what to do, unless if you're selfish son of a bitch. But let's just be real. Like, talk about selfish. You're not willing to suffer the consequences of quote unquote killing someone before the age of accountability. See, the whole thing is insane.
As soon as they were 12, they had it coming.
Right. I'm sorry, son, but I don't know if you're gonna make it to this heaven.
Just had to
Yeah,
hit
when you were
puberty.
12 years old, you stole the cookie from the cookie jar. So you're going to die now. You're going to get burned, son. But the sin before that is totally okay because you didn't know what you were doing. But now you do. Because you don't have a free will when you're 10 years old. It's only when you turn 12, then you have a free will.
Yeah.
In front of
You don't know any better, but 12 gives you the all universal knowledge to know better all of a sudden.
you're a preteen, you should know. In front of the Christian God comes the Great White Throne, and there's a 7-year-old who killed all of his siblings, slit the throat of his mother, defecated on his dad's dead bodies, robbed a bank.
So Michael Myers.
And and did all of this on a Tuesday before nap time. And then there's a 12-year-old who stole a pen from school accidentally and got it stuck in their backpack. And the God of the Christian world's like, well, you weren't old enough to be accountable, even though you slaughtered your family. But you stole a pen, and you should have known better. Eternity.
Right. So I was talking when I was a Christian. I was talking to this guy named Austin Bell or something, and we were talking about that issue, the age of accountability, and he was telling me that he thinks that it's about 4.
Oh,
I should have known better by 4, yeah.
And he said it's gotten lower because kids ought to know better because of the internet, and that kids are more wicked now than ever. So now it's like 4 that you're going.
Well, how can that change though? Because God's laws don't change. So does God just change it? Well, because you were born in Generation Z, because you're whatever they call it, you're going to be held accountable at age 4. But this person who was born in the 50s, he's going to be held accountable when he's 12.
Right. No, but then you think about it even more. It's like, what should we use a 360-day year, or what if you're just barely on it? What if you're born on February 29th? What do you do then?
Yeah. What would be the case if you died just before you turn the age of 12? Does that mean that you're okay? But your sister, who's your twins, let's say you're the same age, dies a year after you. She's screwed because she's accountable now, but you're not.
Let's just take this and think about this though. This is not just the age of accountability. This is everything I believed as a Christian, because I didn't believe that God saved. I believed that if you randomly stumbled across the right doctrines at the right time, that saved.
I feel so bad for you.
No, but really, that's what I believed. I thought even if you randomly stumble across all the right doctrines in your head, you're thinking about all the right doctrines at the same time, boom, you're saved forever. That's what I believed. I'm not even kidding. Like, it doesn't matter everything after, everything before, as long as you stumble across the right things at the right time, just randomly, to stumble across. That's why I would just, oh my God. Yeah, I mean, it's almost like insane I believed that for a decade of my life. That if you have all the right doctrines in your head, whatever the right doctrines may be, that's what saves, not God. Oh my God, I was insane.
God imparts the proper doctrine.
It's
not an immediate download. It's progressive.
No, but the whole idea that I thought that salvation was something you just stumble across by, having the right thing in your head and the right chemicals in your head at the right time and thoughts. You have the right thoughts.
Right.
You have the right thoughts, at least for a millisecond, you're saved. That whatever that's supposed to mean. What in the world was that? Superstitious.
Someone who believes they have a will outside of the influence of God and death and life and righteousness and anything can put all of the weight of their salvation on a piece of salt that spilled on the ground that was supposed to make it onto their meal. Like
I was.
When the cashier hands you an extra penny, all of a sudden you're a thief. It's like, dude, if you think you're free of influence, but then you also put some dogmatic, tragic ending to the possibility that you don't choose correctly, the idea that you have a choice at all is not free. The
Yeah,
fact
I
that
don't
we
see
use
how
words
free
to
will.
a slave to words.
There's
I
literally
don't see how free will result in. It will be any kind of belief that anyone would believe when they're at the dais. I doesn't make any sense. It contrasts Christ's death, entombment, and rousing according to the scriptures. It just doesn't track.
Do you know what's a great way? Do you know what's the best way? And you can say this to a Christian next time you're talking about free will, because I've said this to a lot of the Christians in the past, and they can't respond to this, or they do, but they stumble. Ask them this: if you truly have a free will, I want you to use your free will to believe that you don't have a free will. And if you truly have a free will, you'll be able to magically just conjure up the belief that you don't have a free will.
And
Now,
then if
that's
they do it,
impossible. And the reason why that's impossible is because we don't get to change our brain and force ourselves to believe in something that we believe is false. We don't get to just change
Yeah.
our beliefs at will. So
Well,
I just can't believe in eternal torment. I can't force myself to do it. I can pretend, but that's not genuine belief. So if I really believe that I don't have a free will, I can't force myself to believe that I do have a free will, and vice versa. And that proves we don't have a free will.
Yeah, it's a paradox.
well, let me
It
double down on that,
tracks.
Liam. Even if they managed to force themselves to do it, why did they do that? Wasn't it because you said something to them?
Yes, exactly.
That's no issue.
Yes, so I influence their thoughts. The cause of them trying to force themselves to believe in or to not believe in free will was me saying, "Hey, use your free will to believe you don't have a free will."
So I've asked a question to a Christian in relation to their underlying belief that free will is like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I've asked the Christian this, and they sat there stunned. Like I kid you not, no Christian has yet been able to answer this. But the first time I asked it, I was so glad that it had the impact that it did. He said, "Well, God will respect your decision to reject him." Of course, they make that crap up. And I was like, okay, so the unrighteous decision to reject him would be respected by God. And they're like, yeah. And it's like, okay, would God listen to the unrighteous person first and heed their request, or would he heed the righteous person first and heed their request? And of course, their answer is, well, the righteous person. It's like, okay, so the righteous person's request is that he receives all, he draws all to himself. Why would God prefer to listen to the unrighteous person's decision to reject him as opposed to the righteous person's request to save them all? And to this day, there has been no answer given that doesn't just straight contradict a plethora of verses.
I'm convinced that free will is I don't know, I don't think anyone actually believes it. I think they believe it's an idea. Like, how can you if you it's more of like a misunderstanding of reality and not thinking
than
an actual belief, because I don't
it's more like a philosophy.
Right. It's a philosophy of blaming the creature. It's not really about free will when you really think about it. It's just because it's thrown around and they contradict it as soon as they start talking about it. So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's according to science, it's impossible to have a free will. Because, I mean, you could use the argument from the agnostic's perspective. Like, you don't have to believe in a God or not believe in a God in order to debunk or prove free will. Free will has nothing to do with the Bible because it's a man-made invention. You can't have a free will regardless if you believe that God exists or not, because everything around you influences you in some way. You can't just say, well, I have a free will, because that would mean that you would have to exist in a vacuum where there's nothing except you. And even then, you still would not have a free will because you would influence you.
Right.
Like, it's literally impossible. Everything that we do has been influenced by something. And you could go all the way back to the beginning. Every single cause has an effect. And the ultimate cause is God. He's the one who brought it all into existence. So everything that we do all has its root in God, regardless of it's a good decision or a bad one. If it was truly a free decision, then there would be no cause behind it, which is just impossible.
It's kind of like asking you to think of a new color that you invent a new color in your head, Liam. Like it's not something that you can do. You know what I mean? Like you know what you've seen, the colors you've seen, right? And that's the only colors you can think about. I feel like the whole everything you think about is shit you've seen. It doesn't make any sense. And what's in your very nature of being a human. So even if you're just influenced by human will, and the only thing you're influenced by is being a human, well, that's already not free. The word human will is already contrary. It already doesn't exist within free will.
Yeah.
So to say human free will, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's just the free part that's not true. Just that word free, because then you would have to ask the question: well, what are we free from?
Right.
Are we free from reality? Are we free from God? Are we free from ourselves? Are we free from, Seth and Stephen and you? Like, is my will free from your guys as well? Well, no, of
And
course
when you
not.
talk about free will, you're talking about this, basically the idea that you're free, in the sense of zero, right? Free, zero. Yeah. What the hell? You're talking about zero of nothing? There's nothing that influences you. See, it's really just they throw it around, and they have to throw it around because otherwise they have to realize that God is the ultimate cause of reality, and that you can't get around the fact that and that it's just a human responsibility. It's just a love for human responsibility. That's what it is.
Yep, they want to dethrone God and exalt themselves to his own position because they don't trust him. And that's why they have to exalt their free will. Because if they truly trusted God, then they wouldn't be so obsessed with their free will, because they want to save themselves because they don't believe that God can.
Right. And I mean, if I thought that eternal punishment was true, it would be hard. You see, you got the Calvinists who at least claim to believe that God saves, even though they don't believe any of the verses they say, right? But then you got, but even when you get that into that, it's like, what is wrong with them? Because, man, like if I believe that this was good news, that God saved me, but he's going to burn everyone else endlessly, basically, man, so that takes a cauterized conscience just to believe that.
And when there's going to be all of these countless individuals who are burning in hell, God's not going to respect their free will then, which is kind of, like he respects their free will now, just not when they're in hell. Like, I love you so much, son. I respect your free will to your decision.
Or when they're at the great
when you're burning in hell, saying, please get me out of hell, I'm not going to give a shit. Your free will means nothing to me now.
Apparently. And, it's like, you think about the fact that, like, people have literally said the dumbest things regarding that, Liam. Like, a famous author, C.S. Lewis, you know what he said, right? The doors of hell are locked from the inside. Well, how am I going to get in then, Mr. C.S. Lewis? How are you going to throw me into hell if they're locked?
Well, if they're locked from the inside, does that mean that I can use my free will to unlock it? Because I'm
literally.
Like, well, you thought that you could condemn
salvation
me, God?
for me, but
my free
not
will
for
says
thee.
no.
I think shitting on C.S. Lewis is a great way to conclude this, guys. I'm tired. But yeah, I appreciate y'all hopping in, man. It's good to see you guys.
Yeah. Love, grace, and peace to you guys.
Love you, dude. Love you guys. Well,
C.S. Lewis.
I'm gonna do more shit like this. This is fun to just open up and listen to people chat about. Hey, did you know that not everything in here is bullshit? Praise God.
Christ actually died?
Christ died, Heresy.
You're going to hell for believing that.
Heresy.
Yeah, that's what the nicest guy at that seminary, the only guy I like. He asked me, why Justin? He's commented or something. Why did you become a false teacher? Why? And I said
free will.
I said, shall the leopard change its spots? Shall the Christian change his thoughts to do Christian when taught to do Christian or something? That's what I said. Shit.
I have a free
How
will.
about the salvation of God? He shall not. The reason they think and do Christian is because they don't got the salvation of God.
They just don't know about it yet.
Oh, I know that. You know what I mean.
Their apprehension is blinded.
They're a little bit confused about the matter, I must say. Oh, his body died. Why did you become a false teacher? Why did you use your free will to become a false prophet, Justin? Why?
False teachers unite so we can all fight each other.
Antichrist unite.
All right, guys. I'm going to end the stream. And then I'm going to leave